Today I will show you the application for extracting the records from MySQL database using scrollable result sets. And the application I will show you in the Visual Studio Code environment. So before going to the actual application, I will show you the database and what table we are going to use and what all records are available. So once you have the MySQL database in your system, you can search for MySQL client, command line client. So you get this, you just click, and this is the environment for MySQL database. So you need to give the password of the database what you are given at the time of installation. Then I enter the password, then you press enter, then you get the MySQL prompt if the password is correct. Now if you want to see what all databases are available in MySQL, you need to type show databases. I have a list of databases. Now in this STUD1 is a database what I want to work with. So you can use a keyword, or I can say the command called use, and you can type the database name what you want to use. Then you get database changed. Okay, now in this database, that is STUD1, I want to see how many tables are available. So you type the command called show tables. Now here I have only one database table, that is student DB1. So you write select star from student DB1. Now you can see I have 14 rows starting from 15 to 171 number. Some random values are given. Now I want to print this particular table in forward direction and reverse direction since I am using the scrollable result sets. So when you talk about result set is a temporary space or temporary memory where you can store all the records whatever you have been extracted from your actual table. So now by default the pointer will be here above the first record. The result set pointer is above the first record. I want to print my data from first record to last record. So you want to move the result set pointer which is available here to the first record. So I have a method called next method. Next. So when you apply next method, the pointer from here go to the next record, that is first record. And if the data is available, it returns true value, otherwise false value. Again, you call next method. Again, it goes for the next record. It sees the values, it returns true, otherwise false. So like that till the end. So we keep this one in a loop. Okay. Similarly, you want to print the data from the last to first also, because here we are talking about scrollable. Okay, so you can print in either way, top to bottom or bottom to top. So but when you want to print from the last to first, you need to see that the result set point is after the last record initially. Then you call previous method, it goes to this one 171 and it sees the data and returns true value. Again you call previous method, it goes to 161. Again previous method 151, like that it moves on. So next method and previous methods are the methods available in result set interface, and these methods will return either true or false. If the value is existing, it returns true, otherwise false. So now based on this idea, I'll just show you the application. Now this is a Visual Studio Code environment and I have the application here. If you want a clear explanation of what is scrollable result set, you can just check out my one of the video scrollable result set in Java database connectivity. There you get all the clear information about what is scrollable result set and what sort of parameters are available and what sort of methods are available. Now, I started with java.sql, importing java.sql because that is a JDBC API, and I given the class name as scrollable result set demo2. You can give any related name. Okay. Then main method, then the try block. The first line is for loading of drivers. Now this complete line is for loading of drivers because driver is acting as a translator which can convert your Java calls to database calls and database calls back to Java calls, because your database doesn't understand your Java syntax and the Java application doesn't understand your database syntax. So there need to be translators. So the driver is a translator here. And here this driver should be compatible with your MySQL database. So here driver is a predefined class, available in JDBC subpackage. JDBC subpackage for CJ. CJ is subpackage for MySQL. MySQL is subpackage for COM. Okay. So here you need to download MySQL driver and you need to set the class path. Then only it will work. So you can just refer to one of the video for setting the class path for MySQL driver and understand how to download and how to set the class path. Okay. Now this complete thing I put in double quotes, that is a string parameter, and that I'm passing to the for name method. The for name is a method which is available under a class called class. You can see here. Here we have a class with capital C. Here we have a class with small c. So the small c represents the keyword, which is blue in color, and the class, the capital C, is a predefined class which is green in color. Okay, so in that we have a static method called for name, and we are passing this particular string. That is a driver. Okay, the static methods can be called with the help of the class name, because we don't call with the object, we can call with its class name. Now, coming to the next line, we are going for database connection. Now, this complete line is for database connection. So try to understand. Now we have a connection interface. Then con is a reference variable of that, and driver manager is a predefined class from SQL package. Dot get connection, again static method. So driver manager is a class and get connection is a static method. Okay, now in this we are passing three parameters, string parameters. Now here JDBC colon MySQL, if you see, it's a subpackage. This complete thing till here, it's just sub protocol, not subpackage, sub protocol. Okay, then we have colon / localhost. Now why I'm writing localhost here is because MySQL database is in my local system. Okay, and the current application is also in the local system. So wherever your database is residing and your application is also be residing the same thing, then that particular system can be called as a local host. If suppose your database is in some other system, maybe the server system, its IP address can be replaced instead of localhost. Now colon port number is 3306 for MySQL / std1 is a database name, because I've already shown here we are using std1 database. Okay. Now question mark, and you are passing one parameter called use SSL, that is secure sockets layer, equal to false. Because I don't have any trusted certificates for this, so I made it as false. If you write true, then obviously you need to produce the trusted certificates. So as of now, I don't have any trusted certificates for this, so I use SSL equal to false. Then the double quotes is closed. So this complete thing from here to here is one string parameter, comma. You need to give root as a user ID by default. Then password, whatever the password you have been given at the time of installation of your MySQL database, that you need to specify. Okay. Now that is going to return the connection interface reference variable. Now this line also you need to understand, this complete line. Okay. Now statement is a predefined interface from SQL package again. Then st is the reference variable for that, and the previous con, that is the next previous step, con, I'm going to take connection reference and create statement method. Now why we need to create this statement is I need to work with SQL queries. Okay, now here when you want to work with the scrollable result sets, you need to pass two parameters for this particular method. One is result set dot type scroll sensitive. Now here we, by the word itself, you can see that you can go for scrollable features for your result set. That is either top to bottom or bottom to top, or you can go for the exact record number also. Okay, so how to go for inserting, updating, deleting DML operations, I have already put in my previous video in the scrollable result set concept, so you can just refer to that. Now here I am putting one more parameter, that is concur read only. Concur read only means only for reading the data. No DML operations can be performed. If you want DML operations to be performed, you need to change to concur underscore updatable. But here I am writing read only means only the data can be viewed, that's all. So now when you talk about this sensitive information, sensitive means whenever you are inserting, updating, deleting, basically this DML operation should be reflected in your database as well as your result set simultaneously. Then we go for. But as of now, we are not deleting anything, but we need to provide the scrollable features. I have written that one. Now, the next point is the actual result set. Now, result set is an interface. RS is a reference variable, and ST is from the previous step I'm taking. Dot execute query. Now, why I'm using execute query is I need to write some select query. So that is the reason I'm using the execute query method here. So select star from student DB1, because in my database it is student DB1. So I given the same table. So select star from student DB1. So all the records are stored into the result set now. Okay. Now from that, one by one I need to pick up and print. So for our information, I'm writing records in forward direction. Records in forward direction. Now what I said, the result set pointer need to be somewhere here. Okay, since it is scrollable, no, you might have the result pointer in between also in any record. So I want to print in forward direction. You need to see that the pointer will be pointing above the first record every time. So in order to make the pointer to move to the above the first record, you can call simply one method called rs.before first. When you call this one, right, wherever it might be the pointer, it will go to the before the first record automatically. Okay, then you apply the next method. I kept in a while loop rs.next. Okay, when you call rs.next, the pointer from here, it moves to the first record. Then again next, it moves to the next record. Again next, it moves to the next record. Like that, it moves on. Now, when I move the pointer, you can see here two columns are available. Roll number is an integer category. SNAME student name is a varchar, that is a string category. So this is column number 1. This is column number 2. So how do you access here is, I take a variable called integer variable I, and I'm calling rs.getInt. Since the roll number is column number 1 and it is an integer type, so I'm calling getInt of, here you can see column number 1. Then same record, the second column is SNAME, student name, that is a string, right? So you need to apply getString method and store in string variable. Store in some string variable here. And the column number, here you can see it is 2. And immediately I'm printing roll number with I value and name. Yes, this name and roll number will print as it is. Okay, but I value and S value will be changing. Okay, then after this one is over, again it goes to the while loop. Next record it goes, and next record first column value, second column value, then print. Again next. So like that it goes in a loop. Now coming to the reverse direction, backward direction, you need to see that the pointer is after the last record. The pointer is somewhere here. Then only it can go to the previous. So in order to make the pointer to a point after the last record, you need to simply call one method called rs.afterLast. Then instead of next method, you call just previous method. So this logic is same. Last record, first column, second column, then print. It's previous record, first column, second column, print. So there is no change. The logic is same. Then finally, you need to close result set, statement and connection, and close the try block and go for catch block and call the print stack trace method so that it will print the complete error information. Okay. So this is the way how you're going to retrieve the data in both the directions, forward and reverse. So just I'll save and run and we'll see whether how it will work. So you click this run code command. Now here you can see the data. Records in forward direction. So 15, 16, 17, 10, 171 you got. And records in backward direction. So the last record is 171, right? So here you can see 171. The last record has become first. Then 161, its next record, 151. The last will be 15. Okay, so first it was 15 here, but here it is becoming last. Okay, so last record to first record. Here the first record to the last record. So this is the way how we are going to work out with the scrollable result set records extraction. Okay, so here you can just compare the same thing, 15 to 171 forward direction, 171 15 is the reverse direction. So I hope I've given some input on how to extract the records from MySQL database in both forward and reverse direction using scrollable result sets, and that too in Visual Studio Code environment. So if you like this video, please do comment, subscribe and share it to your friends. Thank you.